example.
So, like the vast majority of HEX's liquidity is in USDC and
Yeah.
HEX. So, is there any attempt to move that over from Uniswap V2 to PulseX?
Well, I mean, it's up to the individual LP where they think they're going to make the most yield. So, I prefer to see expensive HEX everywhere. I don't like to see a cheap HEX anywhere. So, I wouldn't be surprised if people bridged in new liquidity from Ethereum into the Pulse chain, and I wouldn't be surprised if the primary trading pair on Pulse chain for HEX until native stablecoins would launch on Pulse chain would be bridged in USDC or bridged in DAI with HEX. So I think you're gonna. I think the primary trading pair is going to be bridged in stable. Whether it's USDC or DAI, I don't know, because USDC doesn't have USDT exposure, but DAI might have more like less admin key risk. So DAI has USDT risk because people use that as collateral to mint DAI, but USDC has just more admin key risk, I think. So you have to choose which. Do you want abstracted admin key risk from USDT, or do you want more direct admin key risk from USDC? I guess you could do both, but it's a little less efficient. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know that there's a question here. If you don't bridge in liquidity to the real world, then you're not trading versus real world money. Then people can't buy in and cash out. So you have to touch the real world. How are you going to touch the real world without direct listings? You're going to do it through bridges. And by the way, that's the majority of how all of these chains function. So if you see things happening on Polygon, the vast majority of trading on Polygon is from bridges. If you see trading on AVAX, the vast majority of AVAX is on bridges because there's not direct listings for almost anything on there. So, bridges are just fine. And then if direct listings occur, great. If they don't, bridges. So be it. Because so if you want to make money as a liquidity provider, you're going to want to bridge in liquidity, but I mean, you could just LP on the Pulse side and then trade to the thing that's bridged. So I'm not sure I understand the question still. I mean, I think your question is if you wanted to flip from being an LP on HEX USDC on Ethereum and instead be an LP for HEX USDC on Pulse, what you would do is you would close your liquidity position in Uniswap V2 or V3 on the Ethereum chain. You would deposit those coins into the bridge. The bridge would create the representative tokens on the Pulse chain, and then you would use those tokens to provide liquidity on the Pulse chain. I think that's the answer you're looking for.